welcome once again. All Takes Valid, episode 28. As always, I go by Trill Trayy, joined as always with SP21 or Spence and Vick. So,
Ah,
Vick, go ahead and give them the rundown for today's show.
All right, so for today's show, we'll have the recap of this past weekend's games, um, followed by Deshaun Watson possible trade destinations, and we will cap it off with the final topic of the day, which is our predictions for um, divisional round of the playoffs. So, with that being said, go ahead and recap some of the scores. Um, Let me see. I actually had to pull that up real quick. Well, off the top of the dome, Bucks beat the last time we spoke. We were watching mid game, watching the Bucks and the Washington football team. Bucks won that game in DC. Um, then come time um, Sunday the Ravens kicked it off with versus the Tennessee Titans. Big win for Lamar and the Baltimore Ravens. And what was it? We had the Saints beat the Chicago Bears. And for some reason, number 22, number 22, right? For the New Orleans Saints.
I
You
believe
talk you talk
so.
about what, the corner?
Yeah,
He's
for
20,
the
Oh,
New
he's
Orleans
23.
he's
23.
23. I know you're talking about
Garner Johnson.
now. Gardner Johnson.
Yeah, Gardner Johnson. Yeah, it was so the Ravens won 20-13 versus the Titans, and the Bears lost to the Saints 21-9. Yeah, but Gardner Johnson, he's been getting in the head of those Chicago receivers. I don't know what he's saying, but it ain't nothing nice. And then for the finale, Mr. Trill Trey, would you like to acknowledge to the fans of what the score was for that game
I don't
against?
remember the final score, honestly.
Oh well, it was 48 to. It was a lot to little, but 48-29. Sounds like the Browns won, right?
Yeah, the Browns won.
Uh, you sure?
What?
You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Wasn't it supposed to be the Steelers?
I mean, that's what I picked. Yeah.
Oh, I mean
What
that's
we
what
all
we all
know.
picked, but you know, I need you to like kind of like explain to us, like to all the fans of All Takes Valley,
Here we
like
go. Here we
what
go.
happened?
Yeah.
I mean, they were the better team.
Hmm. But they're
And
the
the final score
Browns.
was 48-37, actually.
Oh, 48-37. I guess I got it wrong with my Google.
You said
Yeah.
29. What?
Yeah, it said 48-29, but I guess that was wrong.
I mean,
Anyways,
either way, yeah. I mean, things went bad from the snap, as you can see.
hmm,
Literally.
Turnover
hmm.
just compounded from there. Come
Hmm.
back, you throw a pick. Then they score their next two offensive drives. Yeah, it's not
That's it?
it's not much of a deep dive to have. I mean, what do you want me to say?
I mean, so you want him to go into the deep dive about this one? He just watched his team
It's
lost.
it's not even about that. It's everybody saw. What do you
Hmm.
want me to say?
That's the point, Trey. We all saw. We don't understand what we saw. We saw. We all saw it, but
Hey,
we didn't
momentum is a
understand.
big thing. Momentum is huge.
So you
Right.
so
So
do
When
you
you have a 28-point lead, unless you're the Chiefs at this point, who realistically is coming back from that?
You know what this reminds me of? You know, do y'all got brothers, right?
I'm single. I'm my own
Single.
child.
Trey, you got brothers, right?
Yeah.
You got older, younger brothers?
I'm the oldest pretty much, but yeah.
Okay, so you ever had a time where you let your little brother beat you in a game, you know, kind of handicapped yourself, and they won, and then the next time you play, you said, you know, let's run that back, and then you played them again, and they happen to beat you. Did that ever happen to you?
Yeah, I get the sentiment. I get what you're going for,
So,
but yeah,
the fact that y'all lost, y'all let them win in the
I don't think we
varsity
let
versus
them
the
win.
JV team.
I don't think we let them win.
Y'all played with most of your backups. Y'all could have played with your starters, and you know, it could have been a different story. But
yeah,
all I'm saying at the end of the day is, you know, y'all let them win a game. Now they feeling themselves. They go into the third game knowing, hey, we know what it takes to win. We know what it feels like. We can actually play against the big brother. And then Sunday happened. But, you know, a little sprinkle with Juju Smith-Schuster saying they're the same old Browns.
And they say I took it personally.
Yeah, all week they've been saying that. And you was talking about, oh, we took it out of context, but you know, I don't know. It didn't seem like it was out of context because they saying exactly what we've been talking about.
Right.
I'm saying the full quote was taken out of context. I mean, if that's the part that they chose to focus on, I mean, cool. I've been seeing that a lot this week though, in general with different teams, and it's just like for me, I don't know, when is everybody so sensitive or soft, more or less. You had the same thing with the Rams. Jalen Ramsey was barking back because when I don't know if you've seen when Seattle won the division, Jamal Adams was smoking a cigar and everything. And then, you know, when they lose, you know, they make it a big deal. The thing with Chase Young saying that he wanted Tom, I feel like they blew that more out of proportion too. It's just like, I don't know. For me, I'm for the trash talk. I'm for all that. So
no. Hey. I get it. No. Check it. Here's the thing. I'm all about
talking
trash.
It's only you're gonna only get this, I guess, when you lose, right? But think about, let's go way back. We're gonna go way back. Think about when Joe Namath called his shot in the Super Bowl. If they would have lost, I guess you would have made such a big deal about it, right?
Correct.
But it's nothing to say when you win.
Because you just prove your point. Of course, nobody's going to acknowledge the trash talking when the actual trash talking is correct, because it's correct. Now, if you trash talk, it did nothing. Now, here's the thing. Chase Young said, I'm coming for Tom. No sacks, only 3 pressure, nothing. So why are you saying that if you never got to him?
Hey, so
supposed to say that though.
But he's saying that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I just don't understand
like the criticism for people with certain stuff.
Look, hey Spence, we what we about to do right now? We're gonna play a game of hot potato. Trey might drop it, but you know, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be throwing it back and forth. But hey man, back in the day, like this is what we used to always do. Like if anybody says anything about the other team, that's bulletin board. That's like, hey, they over here throwing shade, disrespecting us, like putting this on the board all week, saying this is what they
take that about. Though you should already be up for the game.
But that's
I get that that's what happens. But okay, at the same point, you put that bulletin board material up, and then if you still lose, then what? You take it more personal.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, it's just something that just fuels you to the next season, and you got to think about it, sit on it, sleep. Well, get as much sleep as you possibly can, but you're probably not going to get too much sleep. But it's just the fact of it's going to keep you up at nights all off season, thinking about the dang Pittsburgh Steelers saying that we the same old Browns. So it's bulletin board. So the fact that, you know, it was said It's just extra motivation. That's just how it's always been though with football.
I
Back
think
in my playing
I think
days.
it's been like that for. I mean, I think it was something like that in just about all these games, minus maybe the Colts and Bills. I don't think there was anything there because the
Yeah,
Ravens Titans game, you had the whole
Oh
thing
yeah.
where
yeah,
Lamar
we
didn't
already
want to
had
shake
that.
their hand.
Right.
I mean, whatever.
Yeah, we had that. That's been going on for some time now.
Yeah, that's been going on for
Yeah,
a minute.
the history between
Yeah.
Baltimore and Tennessee hasn't been all that friendly to say.
No.
But yeah, So I mean, your boy Ben Roethlisberger, like, what we doing about him? Like, what y'all doing about him? Not what we
Be,
doing because
be,
we don't
because
care.
because let me just be honest with you. According to reports, the NBA, Jesus, the NFL season is about to be longer.
Hmm.
According to this, now instead of what 16, they're about to go 17. Preseason is about to happen, and playoffs. So you're telling me you're gonna have this guy for almost 19 games? Oh no.
And
Maybe if
also,
you're
the salary cap's going down.
yeah,
They
and you have
reported.
and
Hmm.
according to reports, you guys got 17 free agents.
Woo.
So who's coming back? Who's leaving?
Shit. And
Dang.
for
Y'all got number 25 pick too. I mean, right now on the mock board, y'all thinking about getting the cat from Alabama, the running back, but that could change.
well, I think
So,
I think he'll be gone to Miami by the time we pick. Honestly,
well, if our next subject happens, we might not get him.
I guess we'll talk about that on the next subject. But for
Yeah.
Pittsburgh though, we got some holes. I mean, everybody just says it's a QB issue or a running back issue. It's kind of deeper than both of those. Got to get younger on the offensive line. Um, I personally want a new offensive coordinator. Play calling has been horrible for like the last 3 years, honestly. Like I know I hated Todd Haley back when he was there, but this is like way worse at this point.
Hmm.
But Ben's already came out and said that it's on the Steelers. If they want him back, he wants to come back. So there's that. He does. He is still under contract for 1 year, so technically he's already on the roster.
Trey, do
So
you
it doesn't
want
seem
him
it
back?
doesn't seem like he's going to retire.
But do you want him back?
Watching the game, I was like, it's time for him to go. But I mean, at the same time, it's just one of those things. It is what it is, right? I feel like
I
he's
mean,
still good enough to, like I said, he can get you to the playoffs still, but then it just puts you in this situation where you're stuck. He'll get you a wild card spot right in the playoffs, and then you'll lose, and then you're picking like 24, 25 again, and you still can't get a successor. So kind of would rather just go with Mason. If he falls on his face,
love fall on face, man.
we'll be able to pick up a QB. If he progresses and he surprises people and he actually isn't that bad, then we'll go forward with that. But yeah, a couple people got to go. I'm hearing Pouncey's going to retire. It's time. Obviously, we're not. I don't think we're bringing Bud Dupree back. Connor, I would not fucking resign.
Please resign him. Please resign him.
Pretty much a good chance. I don't know if we're bringing Juju back. Um, I don't know. It's going to look a lot different. But I
It's gonna
mean,
be interesting.
we got the key pieces for me. So I got Watt, Bush, and Minka on my defense. I'm not worried about that. Cam Hayward still under contract. Stephon Tuitt. Like my core is locked up for the most part on the defense side of the ball. Can afford to get younger in the secondary too. Like as far as like Joe Hayden and stuff, that'd be cool. But we're not that far off. But we definitely got to fit some of the key issues like the O line for me. a quarterback is not necessarily just the easy fix, because if you still have a bad O line, it's not going to matter who the quarterback is.
That is true.
If you can't run the ball, doesn't matter who the quarterback is.
That is true.
So, yeah, there's that. But no matter what, I am going to forever be repping, so it doesn't matter. It is what it is. I will say, though, this was probably like I said, I've lived through some playoff losses. The Tim Tebow's, that Jaguars one in 2017.
I thought that would have been the worst one.
Everyone just knew we were going to the AFC Championship to play the Patriots. We had finally beaten them that year in the regular season. It just looked destined for us to face off. They signed James Harrison specifically because they thought they were going to play us. They didn't expect to play Jacksonville. They knew they were going to play us. And we lost. Kind of the same thing. We came out flat, tried to fight back, and then, they ended up winning. It is what it is. So, but this one significantly, just because it's the Browns, and I'm going to continue to say it's the Browns because it's the Browns.
No.
It's been 20 years for a reason.
No, bro. Look, listen, I get it. And
No.
I will apologize. But nah, bro. Listen, I get it though. It's your younger brother in the division for y'all. I get it.
It's not even about that. I mean, 20 years is a long time.
True.
Yeah.
But hey,
I never said this about the Bengals. The Bengals, they were consistently making the playoffs, even though they were losing. I never said this about them. It's the Browns, so that makes it 10 times worse. So
welcome to a new era.
Love it. Just makes my heart warm,
Of course he will.
I mean, it's gonna make my heart warm this week too. So
true. Seen the Ravens win?
No, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the Browns game.
Actually. Oh. So you think the Browns gonna win?
No. Hell no.
Oh, okay. Well, they've been talking about all throughout the different podcasts and sports channels and all that about teams being swept during the regular season, and come time playoffs, 65% of the chance the underdog team, the team that was swept, wins. But just for those that don't remember, the last time this happened where a team got swept by their division rival and ended up winning the playoff game to prevent from being 0-3 that season was back in 2007 versus it was the Cowboys who swept the New York Giants, and the New York Giants ended up beating the Cowboys in the divisional round and winning the Super Bowl against the undefeated New England Patriots.
Oh yeah, iced out Romo.
Mm-hmm.
Iced out Romo. I remember that.
Yeah.
Because now it's just like, why is he wearing a watch?
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. Iced out Romo. I was like, why is he wearing a watch?
But that was the last time that ever happened.
What was that? What was that stat for though? Because we didn't.
Oh, just y'all didn't sweep them. That's right. You're right. But I was just talking about it in terms of teams that have been swept during the post regular season and postseason beating them. That was just something I wanted to state. It didn't have to pertain to the Steelers and the Ravens. I mean the Steelers and the Browns. It was just a fun fact that I just wanted to share. But actually, kind of thinking about it now, that would probably go more towards the upcoming matchup with the Bucks and the Saints, since the Bucks did get swept by the New Orleans Saints. But it was just something, like I said, I just wanted to share. But was there any other games that y'all wanted to talk about?
Man, why he dropped that pass? That was wide open.
Who you referring to?
Oh, the Bears and Saints game.
Oh, was it? Who was that?
Wims.
Yeah, Wims. Yeah, number 83.
Ah,
I mean, I don't know.
I don't think that would have changed the game though.
it wouldn't, but
I mean, you
it
never know.
wouldn't.
Momentum.
Come on.
Maybe.
It probably wouldn't.
It would have
But
kept.
come on.
It probably would have made it more of a game somewhat
Come on.
in the closing minutes compared to how it finished off.
That was like when we were coming back and people were like, "Oh, you guys might come back," and it was just like, "No, bro." Like, I mean, then I would have really been able to say the Browns if they would have really let that lead.
It looked
But
like it.
Because me and Spence were talking, and I was just like, if they score right here,
It looks like it.
over.
I mean, that 4th and 1 we didn't go for, maybe that would have kept momentum if we had went for it and got it. But again, when you can't run the ball, it's kind of hard to decide to go for 4th and 1s.
30 and 1, we're throwing. 3rd and 6, we're throwing. That's
kind of got to. So yeah. No, but that Saints game, that went pretty much how I thought it would. I mean,
yeah.
It was closer early, like going in the half. I think it was only 7-3, but that was like the window the Bears kind of had for me, and they did not do anything with it. And then the Saints woke up, and it kind of got how I thought it was going to get.
I was kind of thinking about. I'm pretty sure that happened in the first half, but Mitchell Trubisky, it was a 4th and 4. And instead of diving, he just, I don't know, he just didn't look like he was trying to go all out, with the scramble that he had to convert the first down. But Mims dropping that pass like you are just talking about. If I don't remember the score before half, but if it was 7-3. That catch with Mims, if he would have caught it 10-7, and the vibe could have been a little different on the sideline for the Chicago Bears, and who knows? But then again, again they lost. What was it, 21-9?
9, yeah, 21-9.
I mean, it is what it is. It's happened. It's a thing.
That's who needs a quarterback.
Yeah, they need a quarterback.
That's who needs a
We're gonna get to that one.
Because
we're gonna get to that one. Anyways,
I'm not re-signing him if I'm the Bears. And what's crazy is he's made the playoffs 2 out of 3 years. But let's be real. This year was a fluke because of the fact that they only went because the Cardinals lost. They lost their win in your end game. They didn't do their part. So they weren't even supposed to be in, which I said last week about the Bears. They didn't deserve to go. And they showed they didn't deserve to go.
Well, you got your pain.
But yeah, I mean, if it's me, I'm not resigning Trubisky, but somebody might. I mean, I don't think he would make any money on the open market. Like, who wants Trubisky?
We're gonna get to that.
Who?
John
Raiders? Raiders?
Nah.
I don't know.
I could see San Fran as like a QB competition type of deal, maybe. I don't know.
I gotta see about that. Anyways,
the Jets.
I think anybody's destined for the Jets. Anybody's destined for the Jets.
Oh, but as far as other games, Heineke, I like what I seen from him. Good fight.
He's actually decent.
And you seen what Terry McLaurin said about him too.
Yeah. I mean, he won the locker room over pretty much. Chase Young was advocating for him too before this game. I think he had came in a game prior or something. He had to get in, and I guess he's seen like some flashes, and then obviously what he did this game, which I could argue. I mean, I'm pretty sure he went up there and they shot that boy up when he was hurt that drive. and then came back because you could tell, like, I guess the pain wasn't there as much anymore.
Yeah.
If that drive, because besides that, he had moved the ball pretty good the whole game for the most part. Besides that drive, you could see he was obviously hurt. I think if he isn't hurt that drive, I'm not saying they score a touchdown, but maybe he gets them in field goal range. Maybe, the game is a little different at that point. But you could tell he was just out there just trying to play, but he was hurting.
It's just
he just couldn't. He was just trying to get to the sideline, basically, like trying to get them 3 downs over with so he can go do what he do.
I feel you.
But even the fact that he even came back out there, because I seen whoever the backup was warming up, and I was just like, yeah, this game's about to get out of hand at this point. Like, it's definitely gonna be over. And he never even got to see the field. That boy came back, and I think as soon as he came back, he took him back down the field. So I was just like, okay. I'm not saying he should be there. Like, I'm not saying he's gonna be their franchise starting quarterback, but
until they find somebody.
Yeah, he could be a stopgap until they find something else, like the actual future QB. He might be a decent. Yeah. You can start him a couple games to see what he can do, or definitely be a good solid backup somewhere. But
you never know.
Yeah, I like what I seen from the kid. He had heart, and he definitely gave you something that Alex Smith wouldn't have given you, especially on a couple of those scrambles. Because the pressure was there, he just kind of stepped up and got out of it. Alex Smith would have been a sitting duck. So, and I think it helped that Tampa didn't necessarily game plan for him. Like, it's kind of hard to play somebody. Well, Alex Smith was questionable up to like 30 minutes before the game or something. So, it was still a possibility that he was going to play. So, for him to come in on that short of notice and ball out the way he did, especially in the playoffs, like, it's not like this is just a regular game. This is the playoffs. So, that boy did his thing.
Oh, I just want to real quick. The one thing, I had a prediction last week. I don't know if y'all remember, but I said J.K. Dobbins would have more rushing yards than Derrick Henry. In order for the
by what? 3
yards.
By 3.
3
Listen, Vick. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you again. Listen. I get it. You're right, and you got it. I'm gonna tell you again. When your quarterback is running more than your actual running back, that's a problem.
Hey, see, look, to me,
hey, take your more victories.
To me personally, I was gonna say last week, to make the challenge I thought more fair, I was gonna say the Ravens rushing attack would have more rushing yards than Derrick Henry. But I made a bold prediction saying that J.K. Dobbins would have more.
Well, it would have been easier to say the Ravens rushing attack with Lamar Jackson, obviously. So
it would have been, but JK still did. But I'm trying. All right, Vic. I get it. I get it. You got Lamar Jackson. It's all great. He can run. He can do all of this. But 148 running, 178 throwing. I'm trying to tell you, these linebackers that are coming out of college are going to spy that man. And then you're going to see that arm. And once we get that arm, it's going to be scary news from y'all. It's going to be scary.
I mean, how long has that been? Is that a new narrative that you're making now?
New narrative? What do you mean new narrative?
About new linebackers that can cover?
It's all right. I'm not saying they're here now, but it's coming. They're going. You understand? This is probably what is Lamar's third, fourth year? Third. Like, they're going to make a game plan for him. They just didn't make a game plan because we never seen that. I'm trying to tell you. Go ahead. Let
me ask you something. Since you try to get this battle with me, we can play hot potato. You're gonna drop it. Hey, look.
I'm not gonna drop nothing.
Hey,
I'm not gonna drop nothing.
I mean, how long was Michael Vick in the league for?
Oh, while. But you see,
Did
but
they
you,
figure that
but guess what? As you seen, Mike Vick had to throw it. He can still
Yes.
run it, but
because
he wasn't running like he was with he wasn't Falcon Vick.
I mean, you obviously
Was he?
you got to take into account that he wasn't
Answer
in prison.
my question though. Answer my question though. He wasn't Falcon Vick. He can run, but did you see Falcon Vick anytime?
Well, he tried to change his game. That's the whole problem.
Exactly.
Because
Because
traditional quarterback. What happened to Colin Kaepernick? Same thing. They try to make him into a passing quarterback. That's what Mike Vick did. He tried to become more of a passing quarterback because he knew. And plus, again, he was in, what was it, prison or jail for a whole year.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Vick-
you see
Vick
what
was
effect
jail.
what effect that has on
Vick was
players.
jail.
So, I mean, still, at the end of the day, even Mike Vick, when he was in Philadelphia, he was still effective running the ball. He passed more than he ran. That was just his thing. He tried changing his game later on in his career, but that's just because he was getting at that age. So, again,
Look, Vic, all I'm saying is GG. I'm saying GG. Okay? GG.
yeah, of course.
GG.
But Lamar's Lamar.
All right. Y'all gotta face the Bills.
Hey, you remember what happened last time? He put somebody on skates.
That's great. But let's say y'all beat the Bills. Y'all kryptonite's next.
If they pass the Browns.
You really? Oh wow.
The same old Browns, as they say.
I want you to pick them. I want you to pick them. I want you to pick them. You're not? I thought so. Anyways, let's move. Next subject.
Next subject.